If you want your video to succeed, to actually get views and be successful on YouTube, there are 5 things that you need to do before you post that video to YouTube. So let's dive right in. Okay, so I'm going to talk about one thing that you must do before filming. Then I'm going to talk about 4 or 5 things that you've got to do after filming before you upload it to YouTube. And then I'll share a few things that while you're uploading it to YouTube you can do there. And they're kind of requirements. If you want your video to get viewed, then you need to follow these things. By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly what to do. Okay, the most important thing that you need to do, and this is even before you film, if you want your video to get viewed on YouTube, is you've got to do keyword research. Now you've got to find 260 titles to film in a year. Now what we're looking at here is a keyword research document. I just use Google Docs and you'll see that we do research and we dig and we dig and we dig and we find hundreds of different titles that follow the formula that I've taught you so well on this YouTube channel. So if we picked one of these leaf titles right here, let me just grab one. How to sustain company culture in a hybrid work model. Okay, we've done the research to find that title. We need to use that exact wording in our video. So when we upload it to YouTube, there's a field where we put the title. We're going to copy and paste that exact title in there and not change a thing. Okay, so I'm signed into Noel Randall's YouTube channel. I'm going to sign into this video and I'm going to cover several things that you need to do before you hit publish. Okay, so you can upload a video and start to do these things as long as you've uploaded it as either unlisted or private. So it's not visible by the public yet, and then it gives you the ability to do these things. So you see this video from Noel. It's Bank of America, new, no money down, mortgage loan, the truth. Okay, so that's a mouthful. She added the words truth at the end of that, but we pasted the title right in there. So we find the leaf title, we paste it right in there, we don't change a word. The next thing that you've got to do is put in the description. Now you see how lengthy Noel's description is, right? And I can scroll down the actual page to show you that the description box here is quite big. Now we have a template. So we've written it out, and what we change every time is the paragraph at the top. So this couple, 2 or 3 sentences that we put at the beginning, we customize that every time. It's a description of the video, and it's naturally going to use words that relate to the topic of the video. And then we have a list. If you notice, if I scroll down here under this resources section, we have a list of several calls to action. But in each episode, there's only one that Noel will verbalize, that she will actually say. And so we take that one call to action and we put that at the top. And it's funny because I'm seeing 3 here. So we broke my rule here. I recommend only putting one call to action at the top. It's the one that they're going to be looking for. Then if they dig further and they want to jump into other things, then you can put other links in there, but that's the default. You mention one call to action in your video. Maybe she mentioned 3 in this episode, and that's why she might have 3 at the top. If you scroll down, there's this section that says key moments in this episode. Now you can title that whatever you want. I like to use these horizontal bars with a whole bunch of equal signs just to separate out different sections of the description. So it's just more visually friendly for somebody who's looking at the description. But this section right here actually has a function that I'll talk about. So these all have timestamps, and you notice the very first one, in order for this to work on YouTube, it has to be typed exactly this way. So you need to have a timestamp at 0, and it has to have all of those characters. So 00:00 space, and then whatever words you want. And then after that, whatever timestamp you put, let me show you what this will do. I'll bring up this video on YouTube.
Bank of America.
So when I move my mouse, notice that up until 1 minute and 11 seconds, it says intro and summary. So if I come back to this tab, that's what we called it, intro and summary right there. So the next one, it looks like it's in 1 minute and 11 seconds, and we see what is the new Bank of American loan. So if I come and I hover my mouse after that mark, these are called chapters. So just by adding timestamps, when you format it the way I described, you can add chapters to your YouTube video. And this is important. The more user-friendly you make your videos, the more watch time you will get. People have asked, well, what if people skip ahead? Won't that decrease the watch time? Well, when they've actually done studies on this and looked at the data, they found that putting chapters in there actually increases the watch time because the video becomes more relevant to them. Instead of them leaving, they can actually get right to what they're searching for, and they will watch more of your content. Now, if we scroll down to the bottom of this description, you'll see that we've got 3 hashtags. You can use 1, 2, or 3 hashtags, and they will be turned into links. Now, Noel has chosen real estate and mortgage and Bank of America. Now, if we go and we look at the video, look right here, between the play button and the title of the video, we see that there are 3 clickable links. Now, there is more strategy that you can put into your hashtags. You'll notice that the hashtag for this video, I've just chosen to use 1, and it's YouTube Classroom. I did research on a lot of different ideas. I wanted to find one that no one has used before, but all the videos in this series, in this course, have that same hashtag, and so it's another way of linking them together. I'm also going to put all these videos into a playlist, but having this hashtag is unique to me. If somebody clicks on that hashtag, they will find a list of all the videos in this series. If there's another YouTube channel that uses a very unique hashtag, so not many other channels are using it, but there's one that you want to associate your videos with, you can use that same hashtag, and that will tell the algorithm, hey, this channel uses that hashtag and my channel uses the hashtag. So these two are related, and we should show these videos to the same audience. This next one's going to be surprising to you, and you actually have to scroll down quite a bit to find it. We keep going, there we go. So we're in this field called tags. Now you'll notice that we do add a few tags. It allows you to add up to 500 characters, and we haven't really used that. And when we put in the full title, I mean, that's a lot of characters right there. Guess what? You could actually leave this entire field blank. You don't need to put anything in the tags field, and your video will just be fine. The search strategy that you've learned will work perfectly. Now, why is that? Well, we do put the leaf title in the title, right? We are using that. YouTube transcribes the video. It transcribes your video automatically, so you don't even have to do anything if you don't want to. YouTube transcribes it, and therefore, it knows what you talk about in the video. So if you're talking about real estate and Bank of America and no money down, you're obviously going to be saying that a lot throughout the content of your video, and when YouTube transcribes it, it knows exactly what your video is about, and it ignores the tags field. It ignores these keywords. Now, when I say you don't even have to do anything, the transcription that YouTube does automatically, it doesn't really use punctuation or capitalization. Sometimes there's going to be spelling errors. You know, when I say there's no punctuation, it, you know, just the last word of a sentence goes right into the first word of the next sentence without capitalization. So if you can clean it up a little bit, add a capital letter to the first letter of a sentence and put in periods and, you know, commas where you think they should fit. Those are also used as subtitles, and it'll look a lot better and easier to read. Now, I am going through this a little quick. If you want more detail, I've put a lot more detail into my book, and I do want to give you my book for free. So if you go to natesyoutubebook.com, as long as you're willing to pay the shipping cost, then you can get my full book for free. I've put 2 years of work into this book to make sure that all my tips, tricks, and strategies to generate leads on YouTube, that now you have that and you can get the same results. You can scan around this page and find other information, but some of them we just ignore. Ones that you cannot, you must say right here, no, it's not made for kids. I recommend making content that is friendly for kids. That's not what we're talking about. I make videos, I don't swear in my videos, and so any kids that watch my videos, it's just great. What this is telling YouTube is that kids are not my intended audience. If I'm targeting kids that are below 13 and I let YouTube know that, or YouTube figures that out, it will not show ads next to my videos. YouTube will not promote my videos very much because YouTube needs to show ads to make revenue. And obviously the video will not be shown to my right audience because my right audience are business owners and adults. If we scroll back up on the right side here, you'll see that we can add in Endscreens and cards. All right, let me show you on this video. Noel has some cards. I'll show you technically how we set them up. You can see that we've got 3 different cards. Okay, and let me actually show you how they appear on the video. So up in the top right corner, you see this little eye. If I click on that, I see these 3 different cards. She's recommending different episodes. So she probably mentions those episodes and say, hey, if you want to know more detail about that, just click the link up in the corner and you can watch that full episode, right? So she links to her other episodes there. And at that specific time that you designate, it will kind of expand on the screen for a few moments and then shrink down to this letter I that you can always click. This works on my laptop, it works on my phone. So those are called cards. And if we fast forward to the very end of the video, this is what we call an end screen. So you can put a subscribe button, you can put a link to your website, and you can recommend other videos here. So you want to make sure that you set up your end screen and your cards before you publish a video. Well, congratulations. You've made it through all 22 episodes in this series. You've probably still got questions, and we've got a Q&A session tomorrow on Saturday. So go to asknate.net, submit your questions. Hopefully you can attend live with me tomorrow. If not, it will stay on YouTube and I will answer your questions then. We'll see you there.